Hello, and today I have an interesting experiment to share with you. So what these are you're looking at is, well, they're tongue drums, obviously, but these are cheap $60 Amazon Chinese manufactured tongue drums. I will have a link for them in the description, but I went ahead and as a learning process for cutting tongues and making my own drums, I experimented by making tongues on the back of these drums. So normally they look like this with 15 notes, but I made 8 notes on the back of them to make my own scales and mess with the tongues and all that good stuff. And they don't look great. The holes that I cut look pretty bad too because I don't have all the tools that I need to do this properly. I'm just using a drill to create starter holes and then sawing the tongues in, and so it doesn't look great. Didn't turn out how I really expected, especially this one, because these notes are not aligned properly, but it is what it is. Still pretty cool to mess with, and they actually turned out pretty nice, at least as the sound, as far as the sound goes. They sound pretty cool, so let me show you what they sound like. Has very long sustain and resonance because of the double notes, which is really cool. This one's in an A minor, and this one's in an A high jazz. Really awesome resonance with the double notes. I like the sound of the double note stuff a lot. But I prefer to have feet put on these and set them on a table, because that way you get the most out of the resonance and the back and forth that the tongues are doing. Whereas if you sit within your lap, you have to have your legs like right on the edge of it so that you're not muting the notes, which is kind of tricky. So it's better just to set them on a table like this. Very cool sound. I think this one turned out sounding a little better because the tongues, even though they're off-centered, they were cut a little better, whereas this one I had a lot of problems with. I broke 4 jigsaw blades trying to cut this, because the biggest issue is that since it's already a drum that's, both sides are round, and you're trying to hold it down, it's like you really can't secure it. Even if you use clamps, I think it's impossible to properly secure this and then use a saw on it. Whereas if you had a shell that's only the one piece, it has a flat bottom, so it makes more sense. So that was a pain to work on that, and I know these holes look like crap. I can probably file these down better, but I just didn't bother because they're cheap experimental things, and so it is what it is. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you wanted to try this yourself, I think it's a pretty cool idea. It's not the easiest thing to do, and then it's also a lot of trouble to go through for a cheap drum to become, well, this. But, it's pretty cool. And so, yeah, that's all I got for today. All right, see ya.